The heat is not too hot to roast the baigan on top, so we're going to rest it directly onto the coals to speed up the process.
Good morning, good day, and welcome to the industrial capital of Trinidad Tobago, San Fernando, the southern city. I am Val.
And I'm Eve, welcoming you to our kitchen today,
So that we may share with you our cooking experience. Alright, so what we're doing here now, in step-by-step form, since some of you like so much step-by-step, is to light the chulha. So you need kindling, gazette paper. You know you never go wrong with gazette paper. Whenever you go to camp, always carry gazette paper and matches. You can't go wrong. And a candle, by the way. Okay, so we'll scrunch up the paper. And you have to wring it, of course, it will last a little longer. We're going to roast baigan first, otherwise known as melongene, or the white people will say eggplant. You choose your term. And once you have your paper and your kindling, and when your kindling catch a fire, then you use your big fire, your big wood over here. So we will also put some of these on top, so it will catch. That might be a little bit. So we will start the fire, and when it becomes cold, because you want the flavor of the wood, so you're going to burn off all that other wood and have the mango wood. Give it that flavor. Baigan and tomato and potato, they call aloo. And we got all these foods from our ancestors who came from India. And people would know on the ship from India they brought Karaili and they brought same and all the, because they Hindu people who, most of them did not, they were vegetarians. They didn't eat meat. And these things you can plant in your backyard. And they were poor. So apart from the chulha, and they had their backyard garden, and so they didn't cost them anything because they didn't make much money, you know. They just, so once they didn't make much money, so they had to find a way to live. So they brought with these food. A long time, they used to call it schoolie food. Now if you line up in Port of Spain, you have to stop up on a long line to buy a bottle of dal and to buy roti and bodi and roti and same and sada roti. And now people know now over the last 40 years the different type of roti. The Dongan people, everything was dal puri. Now they know about sada and dosti and paratha and basap shot and the 5 different types of roti. So it's a good thing. Poverty is a good thing sometimes. Study history. So the roasty baigan. So as you will see, we roast the baigan just now, and we roast the tomato as well. They call it damados. Of course, they say damados because they hybridize the word. Because remember, our ancestors had spoke Hindi, eh? So however they heard the word from the French Creole plantation owner, they would find a way to pronounce it to communicate. So the history of the cooking in Trinidad Tobago with the part of the eastern part. Well, I'm not an expert in it. I know a little bit about it because my RG used to do it.
Right, so now we are going to put the baigan, aka melongene, to roast.
Balanja.
To prepare your melongene, you make a slit. Right. You get garlic. Peel your garlic. Stick them in. And then you rub the outer the skin with a little oil. And voila, you put your baigan to roast. That will roast for about 20 minutes. The heat is not too hot to roast the baigan on top, so we're going to rest it directly onto the coals. to speed up the process.
And this is the texture you want. You know your Baigan going down good when it's starting to take this shape. See, you have enough coals in coals? Yeah, right.
Okay, still hard.
Yeah, but it's going down with the right coals. So you don't have excessive coals that you can burn. Because you have to cut the skin and scrape it off after. So it's going down good. It's going down good.
Looking good, coming to come. Just turning it so it will roast evenly on all sides. And then you press it. Once you press it and it's soft enough, you take it out and you scoop him.
Now you see, skin leaving in it. Now that's what we want. Yeah, nice coals. Yeah, we're going good. We're going good. It's a good cook. Now you do this in campfire too, eh? That's where I learned most of my cooking, you know, in Boy Scouts. But everybody know the Ramsing name, know Deske Ramsing was Mr. Scout. So we really didn't have a choice in the matter in joining the Scout troop. We were almost by like a legacy. We were inherited scouting. So we learned to cook in campfire because what you cook, you eat. And if you don't like it, well, you starve. And if you're camping, like we went to Montal to Cooch, and you had to fry an egg on a hot rock, you had to heat up the rock and crack the egg on it. If you didn't pour the egg slowly over the rock and all of it, you starve. Now you're hiking a mountain to Cooch and you have to walk out there on an empty belly, not easy. So you learn to cook for survival. And I got a little science to this too, eh? You notice we put the hard end here at the end, so we have some control over it. If you put this in there, and all this roast, this will come out in your hand, and you have trouble to take out the Baigan. And of course, you learn this by trial and error. So leave that inside there, and imagine you have to eat. You're eating Baigan and ashes. So you have to learn these little tricks of the trade.
So Baigan is good now, soft all around. So normally I would look for the slitwise slit to put the garlic, and I'll slit it open like this. Now the reason why we put the garlic in, to flavor the inside of the Baigan, to roast while the Baigan is roasting, to flavor it. You open up your Baigan, or melangine, or aubergine as the eggplant. You scoop out your flesh, scoop, scoop, scoop. Scoop it out nice and good in your bowl. This is a really good, nice Baigan. You can tell by the texture of it. Yeah, there is good and there is bad Baigan sometimes. For this one Baigan, you put like a half a teaspoon salt, a little more for flavor. And then what I do is I take my fork and crush it up like this. Crush, crush, crush.
And at the end of the campfire, we want tomato choka in the morning. So this is the coals that remain from the campfire. See how nice the coals is? Because you don't want to, tomatoes are soft, whatever, fruits, whatever, vegetable. So you don't want to put too much heat on it. So we put a little piece of wire we find in the bush. Of course the heat will sterilize that, don't worry. Heat sterilizes everything. There you go. Let that heat up a little bit first.
Same as the Baigan, you rub your tomato outer. Now the reason why we rub it with oil so that the skin comes off easily, right? And with the tomato, I'm going to put some garlic, some cloves of garlic and pepper to roast, and that is for flavoring and chunking the chokas later on. So now we're going in to put our tomatoes to roast. And the pepper and the garlic cloves.
I noticed I didn't hand any pepper. They say if you hand people pepper, they'll quarrel.
We don't need pepper to quarrel.
Right, just a cook on each side of quarrel. That's good. Yeah, we have just the amount of fire we need. Of course, you know what a pukni is. This is a modern day pukni. You don't want to put a fan or a fan tuner because dust will go on the tomato. So we use a pukni. ginger. You see, that's where you want that flavor on your tomato. You have to be very careful how you hold it too. Getting salt for a little bit. I want to roast it good. Bring the camera a little closer down. You see, so I think this one's salt. This one, very careful. This one will come out in the back. Alright, put this one in the front here. You can move them around a little bit. Of course, the garlic is roasting very nice. Yeah, you know, roasting the garlic just to release the flavors. Those who like garlic, and I like garlic, so there we go. Alright, pepper humbug in there. There we go.
Right, so tomatoes are ready. Actually, some of it. I think you need more wood and more fire in there. You have to take out this, because no, yeah, you do, babe. Okay.
Nothing wrong in taking them out as they come out, eh? Nothing wrong in that. Go ahead, you don't want it to burn.
Alright, so now we're removing the tomato, remove the garlic and the pepper. Normally I will rinse out the pepper. We take the skin, I take the skin off the tomato. Some people leave the skin on, but I like it with the skin off. So you take the skin off the tomato. This one went into the coals, so I'll rinse it. Now, normally in long time we will put it in water and take the skin off. It comes out easier. And it gets, long time we used to let it get really black. The skin used to get really black and roasted. Good. All the skin is off now. So use a trusty fork, mash it up. Nice. Now we take the skin off the garlic. We are preparing now to what we say chonke the chokas with the garlic, pepper, onion. Garlic is nice and roasted. Roasted garlic brings out the flavor of the garlic stronger. Even peels easier when it's roasted. I normally have my stone that I got from Toko that I pound up my garlic with. One side. Now for your pepper. We love a lot of pepper in the Caribbean. And this one is really hot. And the roasted, the heat comes out even more. Chop your onion nice and fine. Right, so we're gonna add some of the garlic on top of the baigan, some on top of the tomato. I put some salt in my tomato, a teaspoon or so, some pepper right on top. Don't know how hot the pepper is, so I'm not using too much. You can always add more. Right, break up your onions, put some on top of the some there. Now we're gonna do a process that we call chonke. I notice I leave back some of the garlic. This is going to for the chonke in the hot oil. So this is called the culture, better known as ladle. This is what we use to chonke dal, to chonke chokas. Now this normally we put a little jeera or cumin seed to burn first, to roast. We put that to roast. You smell the aroma of that jeera roasting.
Let me choke fire. There you go.
Now you add your oil. So I'm adding enough oil for both chokas. Oh, nice flame now. So now we use some of this oil. That's all. Hear that sizzle? That is what you want to hear. Then your onion, and then you take your remaining garlic, pour it into that oil. Now this is what really flavors the choka. Right, put it back, and that garlic have to burn and get. You guys should smell this now. Ooh. This is what you want it to look like. Now into the chokas. Right. And you stir it all up. Stir, 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 stir.
Stir it up. Little darling, stir it up.
And everything is incorporated. Good to go. There you got it. 2 chokas.
Tomato choka or damadol ke choka and baigan ke choka.